Tonight is a very special night. I'm opening a new show called Paper, Color, and Lines. This is, I guess, the big moment for me. It's a beautiful gallery and a beautiful space, and beautiful people working here. I started out as a sculptor, then started doing installations with stitched leaves that I picked up in my backyard. I had to sweep them up, so I decided I would stitch them. And if you walk around a sculpture, you get to see many different versions of the same line. It's not in the same place, it crosses differently. And so I became very interested in line and started doing a lot of drawing. And from the drawings, I said, well, let's put a little color in them. And finally, I got to painting.
Karen Rifas is one of the grand dames of the Miami Cultural Attaché for over 4 decades now. When you confront the element of her being a sculptor and then getting into her painting practice, I think it's even more fascinating because she was able to bring that three-dimensionality out. And then the paper, which holds such great evidence of time and mark making, I think is also just such a beautiful metaphor towards this deceiving, very quiet element in her work, where all this activity comes together and the action deepens, right? Your confrontation with the work, it deepens, and you're more enriched as you allow the eye to settle more and more.
To me, the blue looks kind of like chair-like, and I'm maybe thinking back to my African art history where the chair is, the king has the chair and the chair is an important person. The important person sits in a chair, I don't know. But just playing with the geometry, and again, if you stand on one side, it might look one way to you, but if you come around to the other side, you'll get a different perspective and it will look differently. Where you stand is what you see, so I play with that. If you're standing at one side of the artwork, it might look different on the left than if you were standing on the right. So it's a game, it's fun, and somehow it works. You can see two things at the same time. I work from a grid, so if it's 10 feet by 10 feet, I can say 10 inches by 10 inches and work it out on a grid, and then it's a matter of just plotting it and using different materials instead of a brush, perhaps a roller, to apply the paint. I've learned how to roll the paper up so that I can work on it and don't have to climb across the table to get to the center. So the size doesn't matter. The bigger the size, though, the more you can feel like you're a part of the piece. The smaller pieces are similar in that you can stand left or right, and you can pull yourself into the piece, which is, I think, all artists want, is to have people take time and put themselves into the artist's thoughts in the picture. I was going to paint them the traditional Mondrian colors of red and blue and yellow. I said, wait a minute, why am I thinking so narrowly? I mean, why am I doing that? Let's paint the arches pink. And it was like an awakening for me. And it's like color in Miami is the cars, the orange and the green, and the cars zooming down the expressway.
I think our color theory practice is so beautiful and empowering, and sometimes I'm fascinated how she plays with just a change, a little hue change, and how it really creates such great volume in her work.
This was the pink room with the pink flag, and so I had to honor it again with something very special, and so I went in, I thought of I and you. This is a kind of a Y and an O. O is up here, and you, and me, M-E. It's about getting people to think about family situation or community situations, or even the governmental situation today, where we're not thinking about cooperation or give and take. So I'm thinking visually, and also I hope somebody will read the letters and figure out I, you, and me.